one of the things that I love to do is watch YouTubers that stimulate thought, that challenge the cultural norms that we've been led to believe in society today. And one of those commentaries of YouTubers that does an excellent job is a guy by the name of Jesse Peterson. And what he basically does um, is he challenges uh, the cultural norms and the stereotypes that have been pushed, particularly in black culture, in black society. And he basically asks this one question: what has been the greatest detriment to the black community? Um, the moral decline of black people in this country, the breakdown of the family structure, i.e., the single mother population, and how it's literally destroyed our people, or racism. And what basically people do is they always say, black people always say racism, 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 racism. Racism is the reason why we're in the situation that they're in. And basically, what they're doing is taking away all accountability to from black people. And the sad truth of the matter is that the reason why black people are in the position that they're in today is because of black people. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to hear this kind of commentary, but it's just nothing but the truth. No one told you to lay down and have a baby out of wedlock. No one told you to go and rob a store. No one told you to get a whole bunch of tattoos all on your body and ear piercings. Nobody told you to grow your hair so that you look more feminine than a woman. Nobody told you to wear your pants off your ass. No one told you to wear tight jeans. No one told you to do any of these things. Sell drugs, sell dope, beat women. You see the increase, the dramatic increase of crime that's being committed by black women. I mean, it's just going again. Nobody wants to look at the facts, data, and statistics. I see all the time of black women now committing murder, robbery. There was just now Colin Dior just now did a video of a young black woman, a young black teen, 13-year-old in Chicago that got shot and killed for carjacking somebody. Who is to blame for that? And then he goes back and he always reminds before, like in the 1950s, we had the highest rate of businesses. We had the highest rate of marriages. We had our families were intact. We believed in God. We had moral. We had a moral center, and that is pretty much gone out the window. And what happened? When you introduced welfare, when you told the black woman that, hey, you don't need a man, you can get a job and you can get off welfare, she took it. And look at what society is today. And then nobody wants to hold anybody accountable. Look at our society. Look at our children today. Look at, I walk out, if I drive half hour, 45 minutes away, because I pretty much don't see it in the town. But you see the decline. You see, it's rare that I see a black man that looks sharp, meaning that, he ain't got his pants hanging off his ass. He ain't got a whole bunch of tattoos and shit all on his neck. He ain't got a whole bunch of ear piercings and Nikes, and this is what you see. But we want to blame this on racism. White people is doing it. I don't believe that shit at all. I don't believe that at all. This is why personally I make sure that because there's no way, and I told you, all my clients are white. All of them are white. The demographic, the primary source of clientele that I have are white retirees. I make sure that when I go to my clients, my pants ain't sag. Well, I've never had pants sagging before, but hey, I don't look like your typical, and it's sad to say. It's sad to say I don't look like your typical urban black man. And I'm very proud of that. But that seems to be what has been marketed. Look at social media. Look at rap. Look at Sexy Red. Look at all Gorilla. Look at Meg Thee Stallion. Look at Beyonce. Look at all of the rappers. This is what's promoted. Now we know that there's a structure higher above that, but that don't mean that. See, just because somebody gave you crack, that don't mean that you got to use it. You can use self-autonomy. Just because somebody is wearing their pants sagging, that doesn't mean that you have to do it. Just because somebody's getting a whole bunch of damn tattoo, it looks so just disgusting and nasty. I mean, these filthy ass people, they degenerate. I mean, you don't really want to know what I think about what should happen to all these people, because it's just a lost generation. It's a lost society. And until we continue to defend this behavior, we're going to continue going on in the decline. So why is it that I'm able to be so successful at what I do? Is how I present myself, how I speak, the skill sets that I have, and it transcends the color of my skin. I'm in people's houses alone with all of their valuables, middle class, well-to-do of neighborhoods. This is just a fact because they don't see me as all of them other people. And I don't want to be associated with it. It got to the point where people don't even want to be associated with this kind of stuff. It really is sad. I mean, I was just now watching a family member go on vacation with their friends, and how you gonna be 55 years old and slapping other women's asses and twerking and it's just so tasteless. We're gone as a people. Don't even get on the pastors. I mean, they're all getting rich off the assemblies and off the churches. They're all promoting immorality. They're all steeped in immorality themselves. Just look at social media. Look at social media. All these they're all steeped in a whole bunch of controversy all the time. Look at social media. They're marrying other men. They're promoting homosexuality in the churches. Look at your black politicians. They all done sold out. I mean, this is what happens when you lack a moral center in the moral decline. Look at our people. Everybody's running scams. I mean, it's just sad. I mean, it's becoming more and more of a remnant of good, honest people that you can be around. When it comes to other black people, it's disheartening. It's disheartening. You see more scam and you see more debauchery than ever before. Now, I know the stats. I know the stats. Black statistics. There's www.blackstatistics.com. It'll tell you everything that you need to know. But it's sad. It really is. Nobody wants to be held accountable for anything. We have a victim mentality. I'm all about solutions. That's why I say real skills, real assets, real friends. Homeschool your children. Teach them morals. Raise them in an environment as to where your children can see a husband and wife working well together without a whole bunch of controversy and a whole bunch of screaming and hooting and hollering and stuff. But when you see and when you have children that's growing up in an environment where they see a mother and a mother playing her role and a father playing his role, and the house is in order, you'll have good results. Now, you have these all bunch of damn demonic, demented people that say, oh, well, people can grow up in a household and it'd be ordered and the children can grow up in it. Sure. But what they're trying to say is that we should give up on the notion of having a traditional, strong family. I mean, shit, man, I'm so glad to be out in the country. So my children, I'm from New York City, so my children don't have to get on the subway and see people that has just lost their minds to smell a whole bunch of piss and shit, to see a whole bunch of people getting robbed and stabbed. There was a terrorist just the other day that got shot or robbed or stabbed by some maniac in Times Square. Guy just got up and stabbed the woman. Tourist. See, nobody wants to take personal responsibility because everybody's justified in the wickedness that they're doing. This is why I always advocate get out the city, get around like-minded people, people with resources, people with common sense, and build from there. Better off than the wickedness that we're seeing. All you got to do to see the wickedness of men, the wickedness of society, is just to get on social media. You'll just see it all. Hell no. I'm very much thankful to the Most High for being out here and living a peaceful and quiet life. And I pray and hope it for you too. But there's only going to be a remnant. There's only going to be a people that have the resources and the ability and the mental capacity to get it done. Hey, there's only going to be a few.